Now, ladies, the next slide I'm going to talk to you about is called a personal career plan. This is your plan right now while you're on work experience, what you are thinking about into the future before you have ever done work experience. So your plan will include your goals, your own goals. These are yours and nobody else's. Your education, what your education is at the moment in relation to your work and what you would hope to do in the future, and any training that you have undertaken or will undertake in future to improve your prospects at work. So your goals now, you have short, medium and long-term goals. So you could headline it short goals, and your short goals at the moment is to complete these two modules, communications and work experience modules, and have them done by Christmas. That is your short-term goal. And also you could probably finish off the activity plan that you have started last week in the school, and to get that done, and maybe get your entries up to date. Anything like that, that's short term, can be done within the next couple of weeks. Your medium term plan then would be that you would get your level 6, complete level 6. You can state at the moment you're doing 2 modules, communication, work experience. You have 1 module left to do, which is social, legal and health, and you will be undertaking that in the springtime. So by Easter, you should have your QQI, Advanced Childcare QQI Level 6 completed, and that would be your medium-term plan. Now, your long-term plan is, well, way into the future. So you could start your long-term plan by saying, look, when you have the QQI, the Advanced Childcare QQI 6 completed, you will then look at what are your prospects after that. And so you will state where you are now, what exactly where you are. You all have your level 5 done. You are now undertaking Advanced Childcare QQI 6. Most of you are in your second year, and Julie, you have just started it. You all have SNA level 5 and level 6 done, and that's a really good qualification, particularly level 6. If you have a law of course done, say you have the law of course done. If you have the first aid responder FAR done, state that. If you have manual handling done, state that. Any courses that you have done in relation to your job, write it down. Say as well, some of you have degrees there from another faculty altogether and from another life. So you can put that down that you attended university or college or wherever you attended, and you achieved whatever you achieved. So put that in, and that's something to be very proud of. Now, to progress further, once you have your QQI 6 done, you will look into progressing in the childcare field, or if you're in SNA, what's the next step you can take in your SNA course. You will look at courses in CIT, ITT, WIT, UCC. ITT is Institute of Technology, Tralee. CIT is Cork Institute of Technology, and WIT is Waterford Institute of Technology. UCC, Montessori Cork College of Commerce. Now, I know, Elaine, you were saying that there is courses that you can do as an SNA to progress further. You can mention them there. But you also, having a childcare qualification behind you, can also look at these and to go on to maybe going further and taking your degree. So the ITs, the CITs, ITTs and WITs have said from time to time that they would take people who had QQI 6 done and had so many distinctions into the second year of the childcare degree course at the entry level would be second year. Don't know, not quite sure if they have or they haven't. I haven't ever met anyone that they did. UCC, if you decide to go to UCC after this, you will have to do the full course, the full 4-year course. There's no short way or any credit given for what you've done, which is a terrible shame. But you can also do a course online with Galway in UIG Galway. It's online basically, but you'd have to go to Galway, attend the course 1 weekend in the month. But again, on top of all your level 6, your level 5, your level 6, and every other thing you have done, you will have to do the 4-year course. If anyone is interested in doing anything like that, Caroline that works with me has that course done and got her degree that way, and I'm sure she'd be delighted to tell you all about it. Okay. So what challenges do you face to achieve your goals after you QTS? So one of them be time. Have you the time to go further? I have your time to undertake further study. Some of you might have young children who'll be getting older. Some of you might be putting long hours of work. Your partner might be working long hours. You're going to have to look, would you have the time? Family commitments as well, and that's very important. You have partners in your life. You have children in your life. You might have teenagers in your life. You could have elderly parents in your life. You could have a whole load of commitments. You'd have to look at that now and write that down. Write very briefly, family commitments and what your commitments are. Finances, would your finances allow you to do it? All these courses are run they can be quite expensive. So you'll have to look at that and work. The fact that you're working and you will be working full time and you'd have to continue to work full time to fund the course might prevent you from going any further. And particularly if you have older children who are preparing to go to college or, are already in college, well, I mean, they in New Rise would be priority and the finances mightn't be there for them either. So short-term courses you can take, there'd be things like workshops. What I want you to do is look back at your skills audit. You should have it done. If you don't have it done, do it now. And look at where your weak points are, where you need to improve on. And you could say, look, I have found out from doing a skills audit and getting people to look at it that my IT skills are quite poor. And that now I will now look at perhaps improving on that by undertaking short courses on improving my IT skills. It can be anything you're weak at. If you find that you don't like, you're not great at communicating and things like that, there might be something that you could do to help that. So just look at what it is. This is up to you. This is your goals. These are your plans. I want to give you your ideas. Law, if you've law done already, you could note that you want to take the next step in law. There's a whole load of courses you can do in law. And some of them actually you get a QQI level 5 qualification in it. You can say that if you haven't done law, never did it, you can always say, look, you plan to do the law course. They run one in Mackegan every year. Now, if you don't drive already, you can say that, look, you plan to learn to drive. Actually, it's a very important, not important, but it's a good thing to have in relation to looking for jobs in big centres, because a lot of childcare centres have their own transport where they take, children come in for breakfast club and then are taken to the school and collected again. So if you have your driver licence, you would be an asset. Then now, if it's a bus to have, well, you'd have to do a further test for a bus. But a lot of them privately run that do that, kind of have people carriers where a car licence will do. Now, like I said already, you might want to brush up in your IT skills. And if you are volunteering, if you are working with Guides, Scouts, GAA, soccer, rugby, anything, any organisation, Special Olympics in particular, they run a lot of courses for their volunteers. They're usually just day courses. They might, be a Saturday, sometimes might be Saturday into a Sunday morning. These courses are free if you are a volunteer with these. Now, all of them do a course of ethics, and they kind of, refresh it every so often. Attend those courses when they come up. You will get it. You should, and if you don't, you could inquire about it, get a certification, which you can put into your CV, a copy of that certification. And it's looked on very, very positively by inspectors, because they see as well that as not only are you just an employee in the childcare sector, you're also as a volunteer on the outside, and you are prepared to learn. So it looks good as well in a CV. Now, and you will continue to update your FAR, your Children's First course on diversity and inclusion, and manual handling courses. So that is your one on personal career goals. So the next one now we're going to look at is the one on job seeking strategies. Now, job seeking strategies are obviously if you're going looking for a job, it's self-explanatory. Now you're all working, you're with the way things are at the moment, everybody's inclined to stay put. But if anything happens ever and you had to go looking for a job, these are just tips on how to improve your prospects of getting a job. Now, look, you know all about it, but it's no harm to run through it. I will want you to write a few lines on job seeking strategies. Anything that I've covered this week now, I want you to write up on it. I'm not saying it to you for fun. You will write up on it, and that's the contract of employment is to be written, like I said, like an essay with headings. Work experience is a contract. Personal career goals, that would really only take a page at the most. No, I don't know, maybe you're very ambitious altogether and that your qualifications are mile long, so maybe take a couple of pages. But it shouldn't take a whole pile of time. And job seeking strategies, you would say, these strategies come into place if I was ever looking for a job. And the chances are you're not the only one who will be looking for a job or competing for a particular job that was advertised. So it's very important that you get a head start on people. You need to prepare a letter indicate your interest in the position, as we did the letter of application. That's why we covered that, and create or modify a copy of your CV for the position. So your CV is a very important document, and I'm sure Adrian is going to do that with you, and he will explain and he will talk all that through, and you know what, don't waffle. You know, there's nothing worse than reading someone's waffling in their CV. It is a summary of your personal details, education, qualification, and work experience. It should include your key skills, what you're very good at, and other relevant information, together with the names of 2 people who will provide a reference for you. Now, when Tusla came into my last setting, she told me that, well, they will be looking for actually written references from 2 referees to have on site, not just the names of them and where I follow up the references, ring the person. They want something in writing. So you might bear that in mind. These 2 documents, your CV, the cover letter, are critical to your success in catching the attention of a possible employer. So they should be, you can Google them and how to do them properly, but this is the first thing that a prospective employer will see, your cover letter and your CV. And it's important that you present them properly and well. So if you are looking for a new job, you should take a practical approach to it. You could, first of all, look at where jobs are likely to be advertised. We'll talk about that later on the slide. Compare a list of job vacancies that you're eligible to apply for. If you see the jobs, you list them, and then determine if you have the requirements. There is no point in God's earth in applying for a job as a room leader if you only have a level 5 qualification. Because they're not even going to consider it. They'll take all the level 6s and level 5s, they'll be forgotten, it'll be put aside, maybe get a thank you very much, but no thank you. So read what their requirements are. Use all your contacts if you have contacts in the field of it. Now, you might be wanting to go away altogether from childcare. You might want to work in some other field, healthcare. You might want to go work in a shop. You might want to just change jobs completely. So if you are doing that, what you do is you use any contacts you have. You contact someone and say, look, I am looking for a job here. Do you know of anywhere, or have you anything in your job, or do you know of anyone? Because they know things you don't know about. Update your curriculum vitae so it's appropriate for jobs you wish to apply for. And that's very important. Keep the relevant qualifications. Of course, list all your qualifications, but keep the ones that are relevant, the ones that will stand out at the forefront of your curriculum. Now, apply for job vacancies that appeal to you. Well, my idea in that is beggars can't be choosers. If you need a job, you need a job. And whilst it might not appeal to you, you might actually end up liking it if you gave it a chance. You could go to agencies to put your name on a list, and not a lot of jobs nowadays are filled out online, an application form, or you did ask to send your CV and a cover letter and do it online. Again, now I'm repeating myself, list contacts, draw up a list of people you know who may be able to find you the job. Like I said already, stay positive. It may take longer than you anticipated. Now, if you haven't a job, your job is to find a job, to go looking for a job. So your job while you're out of work is looking for a job. So you have a job to do, so concentrate on doing it. If you don't succeed, don't panic. Don't accept the first job offered straight away. Think about it, discuss it with your friends and family, and weigh up the pros and cons. Well, I mean, that's a kind of an area if you're offered 3 or 4 jobs, if you're fortunate to be offered that many jobs. But sometimes you're so glad to take a job, you will just take it, and that's it. Once you are sure that it is the right job for you, discuss terms and conditions and then accept it. Now, keep a diary. I think this is important. Have a diary to do with just the jobs. Record contacts, names, addresses, telephone numbers, email addresses, correspondence received, job application dates, interview dates, and interview locations. Keep all those. Now, you probably would, you know, I'm a writer. I would keep a diary. I'd be writing things into notebooks all over the place. You can do it on the computer. You can have a folder in the computer where you type all those in. If you're a computer person, I'm not really, as you kind of probably realise. So I'm a kind of a pen and paper person, my age really. So keep track of your job search activities. Write down where you have applied for jobs and where you've sent CVs, because you might look and say, God almighty, did I send a CV there? Now I can't remember. And you might, I'll send off another one. There is nothing more annoying than getting a CV from the same person within a couple of days of the first one. First of all, it shows that you're cracked and you're not thinking. So in a way, like, employers will kind of probably say, well, look, we'll forget about this. No, she can't even remember she sent one. So write down where you've sent your CVs. So this diary, or your folder on your computer, will help you when you follow up with companies and individuals during your job search. There is nothing wrong whatsoever if you send a CV into an organisation or company and you haven't heard anything. Give them a bit of a reasonable time, and you ring up and you say, Luke, I sent my CV in and my job application and things like that. I trust you get it, and that you check in a particular CV, or that you put into the reception desk and you're just wondering they get it. There is nothing wrong with doing that. You can do that. A lot of people don't, but you can do that, and there's certainly nothing wrong with doing it. So places where job vacancies are advertised. If you're looking for a job, you can look on newspapers. Now, the Evening Echo do certain days of the week, the Examiner, the Irish Independent on a Thursday, the Irish Times on a Friday, and the local press, our Lee Valley Outlook. Our local Lee Valley Outlook is a really good place for jobs. And as well as that, there is I think it's called the Killarney Outlet or something, printed by the exact same, except I think it has Killarney or Kerry or something in it. And you get jobs in that advertised, jobs from Killarney and things like that. And if you're from Macroom and thing, it's not a long journey to Killarney. Now, we also look at supermarket notice boards. Dunn's, Tesco, SuperValu are very good for putting stuff up on their notice board. You just go in yourself and stick it up. Local radio stations, sometimes, I don't know because I don't listen to them, but I believe that Kerry local radio is very good at advertising positions vacant. And then you can apply online. You can check with websites and things to see what jobs are available. You can find out through social media, Facebook job pages. There's Macroom, what is the local Macroom one, and on social media, you'll find people looking for employees and that as well. And then your local intro office, our intro office is up at top of the Mill Street Cross. If you if you went in there, sometimes they would hear of people that were looking for employees. Now, here are websites you would look up, and I'll be later on at the end of this module, the very last thing to go into your module, everything done, dusted. You will look up websites. You will look for jobs that are advertised, and all you do is you'll print out the jobs. It's just to show that you look the website. You know how to find jobs on the website. You print them out, whatever amount we'll decide later on, 4 or 5 of them, and you just put them into a Polly Pocket at the very back of your folder. So here are some of the websites. Early Childhood Ireland have a page where people that are looking for employees advertise. There's mindme.ie, childcarefinder.ie, irishjobs.ie. There's another one, Indeed, indeed.ie. Not a capital I to begin, a small I. Now, if you're an SNA and you are looking to see what's happening in the SNA field, and maybe you want to see how do you go about changing, or what the position is, www.education.ie. There's circular there at the moment for the year 2019-2020, circular 030, and it's circulars.gov.ie is where you will find that. Now, there's a very good one, which I happen to read when I was doing research for this, and it's the jmb.ie, www.jmb. It's a new circular recruitment of special needs assistants. Now, it's no harm for any of you to use it, because if you are a childcare worker at the level you're at, you can be an SNA as well. And all the information is on this one. I found it a very, very good circular. So that's what it is, jmb.ie. It has new circular recruitment of special needs assistants. So, but what I want to tell you, ladies, particularly the two ladies who are SNAs, and you both have your level 5 or your level 6 done, not in SNA, but in childcare as well. An SNA cannot work in a preschool under AIM or as an SNA unless they have a minimum requirement of level 5 childcare. Now, I only found that out when the inspector came in this year, and you must have a level 5 in childcare plus the SNA. And she said that AIM looks for this, and that's the qualification you're looking for. As an AIM worker in a childcare, but in a primary school setting, I think all they need, as far as I know, is just an SNA qualification. And that is it, ladies. I think in the slides, I have covered all the slides, and I hope you find them beneficial. And I will talk to you on Thursday night. And I hope it'll be a smooth run, not like last week. I'll be in touch with you before then anyway via WhatsApp. Thank you, ladies. Bye.